Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Themisia Moore, and I'm here with your What's Coming Towards You reading for whatever sign comes out next. During this reading, my butterflies, we're going to look at what your current energy is. We're going to also look at what may be shifting in your energy or environment. We will be looking at what restrictions could show up for you because of this shift. We will also be covering how can you best navigate through these restrictions. And finally, we will look at what is the intention. What does this intention mean for you behind this shift? What is that intention for you? My butterflies, during the pre-shuffle, the song that was playing was Pills and Automobiles by Chris Brown. It's Chris Brown, Kodak Black, Yo Gotti, Boogie with the Hoodie. So this energy could be, surrounding a group. This could be, a group thing, a group environment type of thing, with this energy. It could be about more than, one people. It could be about a soul tribe. It could be about, the community that you live in, your neighbors. It could be about a friend group. It could be about a social circle. It could be about, your work environment, the people that you work with, co-workers. It could be about any of those things you apply where it fits, my butterflies. But what's shifting, what I'm feeling like it's shifting around you has something to do with traveling or addictions with, with that pill energy. So, apply this, if it fits for you. This could be about something or someone wanting to get clean. This could be someone either someone or either you that maybe, they may be up getting ready to admit themselves to seek some type of professional help. I support you, my butterflies, if that's you, that is in this energy where you're finally ready to, go and tackle those addictions, go and tackle some of that trauma energy. I support you in that energy. Great job. I'm proud of you. If this is someone, in your environment, try to be as supportive as best you can. Let them know that you're proud of them for taking the steps to get themselves into an energy where they can live in their highest good. They can operate from their greatest potential. But this energy, I'm picking up an energy where someone, if they're not seeking that professional help, it could be that they need to. That could be where the shift is coming. It may be coming around someone recognizing that they really need help, or you having an intervention with someone and letting them know that you believe that they would benefit from seeking out some professional assistance. There could be a shift around some type of selfishness. Because someone may be a tyrant. That was the energy I'm picking up. Someone they may speak to others very recklessly. Or they may be the type of person that's a user. The opportunist type of energy. Something's also shifted around in attraction. Something that once may have felt like, felt good to you, may have just been a coping mechanism or a way for you to escape. But that is changing. And it's for your highest good, my butterflies. Whatever shifts are happening, whatever's changing, it's for your highest good. So always keep that in mind. You may have shown up in the energy of being an enabler, or someone may have enabled you. But as I stated, there's a transformation happening around how you want to be seen, the way you accept criticism from yourself or from others. And this shift is also happening around what you're willing to do or what you're willing to give up to stay connected to certain energies, to stay connected in certain environments or thought processes or behavior patterns. I'm feeling like you, thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. I'm feeling like you or someone around you is no longer willing to continue to deal with, destructive actions. This energy is feeling like it's getting played out. Someone, is getting fed up. Someone is getting tired of, dealing with this energy, and something is imperative to change in this energy. This reading is going to be for Taurus. Thank you, my beautiful Taurus, for coming in and receiving the information. I hope you all are doing well today. We're going to shuffle these cards. Going to give a light shuffle. I did a pre-shuffle. I'm going to do a light shuffle and see what energies we're picking up for you today. I will lay all the energies out and then I will give you the information after I have all the cards laid out. Just to try to keep the reading, as short as possible, my butterflies. There may be an energy where you're maybe having to be resilient at this point in time, with this Nine of Wands energy. You may be, in the energy, where you're ready to rest, to put the wands down. This energy could also be about, you feeling like, the worst, is yet to come. Because this energy is about gearing up for the worst. This is like a pessimistic energy. But as I always love to say, I see the Nine of Wands energy is almost there. So you're almost to the end of a cycle. To 10 is next, my butterflies. So remain steadfast, remain resilient. Continue to tap into your courage and your strength. It is very much needed at this point in time, my butterflies. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much for these messages for the Taurus. All right, let's get these cards out here and see what energies we have to work with for you. So I'm going to put some type of cloth on this table. Let's see the cards from spinning on me. Let's get some clarifying energies for this reading. In your current energy, what I see already for you, my Taurus, is the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. So with this Wheel of Fortune energy, this is all about some type of cycles, some type of change, that's coming for you. As I stated, this energy is about shifts. So your current energy, you are feeling those shifts. Those shifts are happening for you in this current moment. You may be feeling like, there's some energies, ups and downs going on around you. But there's an energy of growth. And you see the lotus flower? There's an energy for abundant growth here. Beautiful, prosperous growth. But there's also the energy, we have the energy of the catfish. So something that, may be deceptive to you. Something may be fake. There may be a fake energy around you. Someone may not be showing up as who you think they are. As I stated, with the energy of the person being a tyrant. Someone may change. Because like I said, I was picking up addictive energy, some type of substance abuse. So someone may change when they're, in these energies. When they're, maybe drinking or, participating in, rugs or whatever those type of things are. Someone may, pretend or act like someone else. Or this could just be, someone, who is hiding that they have addictions. They may be, not living into their full potential. And this energy is a CEO energy that's connected to it. So this may be an energy where someone may be portraying themselves as a leader, portraying themselves as strong, portraying themselves as someone who has confidence and can lead others. But there's something about it, that's pretend. There's something about it that's not real. In spirit, it's saying that energy is relevant to you, my Taurus, in your energy. So be mindful if you are in that energy where you may be showing up a bit deceptive, where you may be changing your where you may be changing your perception, where you may be changing how you show up, how other people perceive you, where you may be changing and altering it based off of what you think other people want, or based off of what you think people will accept. Not willing to be the real you. All right, my butterflies. You may be dealing with an Aries. Aries had this ignored energy in their reading as well. All right, my butterflies, let's jump right into your reading and see what energies we pick up. As I stated, for you in your current energy, there's the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. There is some changes that is happening for you around you in your environment. And this energy has something to do with, an energy where you may be looking for some type of messages, where you may be waiting on someone to say something. But the two on this card, as I stated, this to me is giving repetitive energy. And with the wheel energy, that's something that's going around and around. That's the changes, the cycles, that just keep repeating themselves. So in the current energy, you may be going through a cycle of something that's repeating itself, where you may be waiting on some clarification. That's what I'm picking up with that energy. You may be waiting on some type of clarification. But someone may be showing up in energy where they're acting like they're too busy, where they might not be giving you the answers that you're looking for. And this energy is changing. This energy is, in the process of being cycled out. In the energy of what's shifting for you, we have the Knight of Swords energy. The Knight of Swords energy, is a fierce, determined energy. This is the energy where you are ready to pursue your goals. where you're ready to go after everything that you feel like that you mentally believe that you can attain or that you believe belongs to you. This is in the environment of what's shifting for you, and this energy is being clarified by the energy of closure. There is an energy where you are being fierce and determined to leave something behind. That's what's shifting for you. Where you're being determined to have an emotional release to free yourself from anything that's that's just been going around and around in a circle. The energy where you're not getting the answers that you're looking for, where you're not getting that clarity. Because the Knight of Swords energy, it's clear energy. It's energy about clarity. It's a mental energy. So in this shifting energy that's currently shifting for you, this is about some type of release. This is the end of a chapter with this Wheel of Fortune energy. Something is cycling out for you, my butterflies. And in the energy where the restrictions may be showing up, where where you may be feeling restrictions because of this shift, we have the Five of Swords energy. This is about hostility. This is about deception. This is about mind games. This is about feeling stabbed in the back and like someone got away with something. As you can see the figure in this card, they're walking away with Three of the Swords. So you may be feeling like, someone walked away with, some of your, they walked away with your mental strength, with some of your mental strength after they stabbed you in the back. This is where you're feeling restricted. But Spirit is saying that, this energy, even though you may feel like this is someone else, Spirit is saying this energy is me versus me. This is that mirror reflective energy. This is the energy where you may be in competition with yourself, where you are, looking for some type of personal growth. Something just keeps going around. Something just keeps, changing, shifting. It's like this back and forth energy. Especially with that me versus me, it's like a back and forth energy. And that's how the cards keep doing on the table, too. They keep trying to move, this way and that way. This is about understanding that those mind games, the hostility that you feel, that's really you versus you. That's the old you that's battling with the new you. The part of you that is holding on to energies where you were backstabbed, where you felt like people walked off with pieces of you. That's the part that in this that is causing restrictions for you right now in this current energy. Energies where you're repeating that, where you're feeling up and down when you get to deal with other people because you keep going through. You want to feel a brand new beginning. You want to start anew. But there are cycles, behaviors, ideas that keep you hindered. And again, these ideas, these cycles, and the behaviors may have something to do with some type of substances that you may indulge in. Especially with this Knight of Swords energy, it could be about you being impulsive. It could be about you moving too fast instead of doing that work, that inner healing to understand where you contribute to these cycles where you feel like people are stabbing you in the back. Or you feel like you're not getting what you want out of, the situations. And any energy where Spirit is saying how you can best navigate through this energy, we have the Ten of Wands energy. This is about feeling oppressed, exhausted, feeling like you have too many responsibilities. As you can see, this horse feels drained, boggled down by all of the things that this masculine is trying to take along with him. This horse feels like they have too many responsibilities. And Spirit, with this being in the energy of how to best navigate this you best navigate this by, you delegating responsibilities where they go. Because we have this energy being clarified by the self-made energy. This is about you being a leader. This is about independent success. This is about creating your own path. And in a part of that involves you, feeling all of the responsibilities. all of the burdens that that would come that is required for you to stand independently in your success, not need anybody else to make you feel fulfilled. Because in the Five of Swords energy, this is like that energy where you wanted, someone to make you feel, valued. You wanted those changes to come, that shift to happen, but it didn't show up in the way that you wanted it to. So it came out in the energy, where it felt hostile, where it felt vengeful. But Spirit is saying that even you may be looking outside of you, maybe looking at the other people, around. Because like I said, this person is in the background. But as you can see, the feminine figure right here, she is the one that is of the focal point. So this is about you. This is about you learning how to take those swords out of your back. Allowing things to die. And the thing that you have to allow to die is your fears of deception coming in. You stand in this pattern where you're always worried about that type of deception, because it has you feeling very, very burdened. It has you feeling overburdened, oppressed. It has you feeling exhausted. But this is how you can use this. You can use that exhausted feeling. You can use feeling overburdened. You can use feeling like you have just too many responsibilities on your plate when it comes to you becoming an independent success as your catalyst. Because like I always say, change doesn't happen until, we get forced to make it happen sometimes. Sometimes, things have to oppress us. Sometimes things have to get so hard and bogged down on us. Sometimes we have to feel that pressure so that we can step out into our energies of abundance. Enemy energy, where what's the intention of this shift? We have the Queen of Swords energy. The Queen of Swords is all about being intelligent, being a great communicator, but understanding that the communication, emotion takes the back seat. Because this is about cutting through, all the mess. And emotions, sometimes, can get in the way of you understanding and seeing things for reality. We have butterfly energy all in this card. So this is the energy of you learning to nurture, grow, evolve in your intelligence, in your ability to communicate, what you need. And your ability to communicate what's valuable for you, what you want to commit to, because the energy that we have clarifying this energy is the soul contract energy. This is about fated connections, spiritual agreements. So the intention of this shift that's happening for you is so you can get clear communication about what you're connecting yourself to. Whether or not these are karmic relationships or spiritual agreements where you're destined to learn from each other rather than build together. Sometimes that's the connections that we end up in. We end up in connections where we're designed to help each other grow and not necessarily help each other build for long term. The energy that's motivating the top row of these cards is the Emperor energy. This is about you stepping into this energy of self-made, this energy of leadership, this energy, where you're stepping into that divine masculine energy, where you're calling the shots, where you're stepping into an energy of discipline, disciplining yourself, understanding, what things, what are you addicted to? Where do you find codependencies at? What is your drug of choice? Because it doesn't have to be a street pharmacy type of thing. Like I stated earlier, your drug of choice could be you being an enabler, you allowing others to make decisions for you. Hold on one second, my butterflies. I have someone knocking at the door. All right, my apologies, my butterflies. As I was stating, you have the Emperor energy as the overall energy underneath the top row. The Emperor energy, again, is about, divine masculine energy, having authority. This is leadership energy. This is the energy, of you applying the necessary discipline towards yourself and towards those things that you are working towards as well, my butterflies. And the overall energy underneath the bottom of this deck is let it go. Let it go energy, is about you releasing those grudges. This is about, having that emotional freedom. The let it go energy, it's about, forgiving yourself. Feeling, having an open heart, freeing your heart from, the things that you have already been through, when it comes to these cycles that may have been repeating for you. Repeating cycles of you not understanding, where you may be contributing to your own, energies of hostility, where you may be contributing to energies where the thought processes that you cycle through are not, beneficial for the road or the journey that you're headed toward. The thought process, though, behavior patterns, the things that you do, they may be creating that burden for you with this Ten of Wands energy. This burden for you where you're trying to be a success, where you're trying to overcome the odds and create your own path and build things from nothing. So Spirit is saying that there's an energy where there's something that you may need to let go within your and that energy has something to do with your leadership, your stability, the energy, of you being grounded and disciplined. Spirit is asking you to let go of any energies where you may be blaming yourself for something that you didn't know, or blaming yourself for something that you may have gotten involved in just based off of the words of others. That type of thing. Right now, my butterflies, we're going to get a block and bless card from the Sassy Oracle deck. As you all know, these are straight to the point messages. They don't have, that cute fluff that a lot of us sometimes, like to have. These energies get straight to the point and tell us the things, that we need to hear. It's kind of like Queen of Swords energy. I always see this deck as Queen of Swords energy. So the card that you have is Silence. Silence is an answer to, honey. Mixed signals equal clear answers. Awareness, perception, and reality check. As I stated, there was something that you was waiting on. There were some messages that you were waiting on where you may be getting ignored, where someone may not be responding to you. And Spirit is saying to you that is an answer. You already have all the information that you need through their silence, my butterflies. This is all about how you're perceiving things, Sometimes, we have to step into that energy of having a reality check. And that's what this deck is always all about. It's about having that reality check. About us stepping into understanding where we may be causing our own restrictions, our own blockages, my butterflies. I hope this information was able to help you all to make the best possible decisions for your highest good. Until next time, my butterflies, you all be safe, loved, and blessed.